Reporting to the media this week at Post-Executive Council Media Briefing is the Secretary in the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment, Assemblyman Godwin Adams, and Assistant Secretary in the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Assemblyman Handel Beckles.
Next week, Wednesday, the 15th of October, URP will reopen, and so will the development program. We're expecting that some 1,700 workers will turn out to work, and we are going to be working according to policy in our new fiscal year. Our hours of work will be 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. across the board. I'm advised that approximately $1 million worth of material has been secured to take the URP projects through till March of 2015. So we're expecting that the 28 projects that are not yet completed will be completed, and the new projects would be taken on and managed. We have teams that will be continuing in the social intervention aspect of the URP. We have a couple of teams working with community churches, assisting. We have a couple of drains and retaining walls that will be completed within the next quarter. Also, I think I need to allay the fears of the URP and the public. All persons that left for the month are expected back, and like I said, some have gone on to other employment, but those other ones will return to their place of work. The same is true for the development. All persons that left at the end at the beginning of the closure in September are to return next week, Wednesday, to work. We've had questions about vehicle and lease of vehicles. As per needed, the vehicles will be contracted and secured to assist the smooth operations of the URP and the development program. And also the question of whether we have been able to control our pace roll and keep it smooth. I think we've been doing quite well. The last 2 quarters, we had no incidences reported of late pay, and so we expect that we would keep that up going forward into the new year. URP opens with a bang. They're also a part of the World Food Day. There's a booth set up. They'll be bringing out their display and selling seedlings, plants, and produce at the World Food Day. That's on next week, Wednesday and Thursday. As to the quarry, their turnaround strategies are underway right now. There are talks with the administrator, the secretary, and management of the quarry. There's indication that the second plant will be up and running shortly. The schedules and proposals to improve the efficiency of the quarry are being closely discussed, and we expect to be implemented within the quarter. And so we expect that sometime soon we should see the increase in the production and productivity of the quarry.
World Food Day activities for 2014 will be on Wednesday, 15th and 16th of October. The venue will be the Dwight York Stadium grounds, and the theme for this year's World Food Day is Feeding the World, Caring for the Earth. We will start this year's celebration with a walk against world hunger. This will be on the 9th of October from Tambourine Square to the Esplanade, commencing at 9 a.m. Over 92 participants, which involves or includes 4-H students, teachers, heads of departments of the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment, and other officers throughout the Tobago House of Assembly. On the 15th and 16th, the district booths will be open for judging from 10 a.m. on the 15th, and judging for the day will be in the following categories: food crop, such as vegetables, root crops, etc. Agro-processing, jams, wines, and other processed. Commodities utilization, which is in the form of utilizing root crops, such as cassava and sweet potato. We also have food and tree crops, such as bananas and corn. We have also, as a part of the competition, the utilization of meats, which is rabbit meat and lamb. Livestock judging will not be done at the venue because of the logistics. And we have judging extended out to the farmers wheresoever they may be their holdings are. And the judging will be done in sheep, goat, rabbit, poultry rearing. And we also will have cattle and pigs. There will also be judging in livestock, such as wildlife. We have 4-H poster display competition. The best district, we have 8 agricultural districts in Tobago, and all 8 districts will be on display on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Outside of that, we will have booths such as Mr. Beckles would have mentioned a little earlier, coming out of URP. We will have URP on display with their produce. And we'll also have displays coming from the departments, the various departments of the division, such as marketing, fisheries, DNRE, Department of Natural Resources and the Environment, and agriculture. Also on display will be commercial stakeholders. They will be involved in showcasing different plants, equipment that are being used in the agricultural sector. Farmers market booths. Those areas are areas that you can go and do purchasing of whatsoever foods that you may want to be involved in. You'll also have on display and for sales, seedlings, ornamentals, livestock. On display also, but not for sales, will be wildlife. There will be food and more food. And I am sure that all of us will like to know that the healthy part of things are taken care of. So we'll have a healthy food booth on display. Now, last year we had over 150 participants at the World Food Day celebration. This year we will be having almost 170. Now, registration would have taken place in August, and all the participants, all the people who would have registered were being evaluated and approved for participation in the World Food Day celebrations. On the 15th, there will be an opening ceremony at 1 p.m. That's Wednesday, the 15th, at 1 p.m., the opening ceremony, where we'll have featured speakers and some speakers coming from the various agriculture, from areas in the agricultural sector. There would be, on that said day at 6 p.m., a farmers' calypso competition, which they will be having their calypsos rendered with the theme, feeding the world, caring for the earth. So that will be their theme. We'll also have daily skills and fun activities for both adults and children. We'll also have health checks. We have checkups, blood pressure tests, and cholesterol checks, and other activities. For the smaller children, we'll have bouncy castles and other novelty activities. There will also be an evening of entertainment to climax World Food Day, which is going to start at 5 p.m. on the 16th, which is going to be the second day of the World Food Day celebrations. I would like to urge and encourage all Tobagonians to come out and be involved in what the agricultural sector has to offer in Tobago. I am asking also for the young people, boys and girls, to be a part of this experience with the hope of us. I want to say us, the division, and other people in the agricultural sector, that something will rub off on them so that they can be influenced in some way to participate in agriculture in Tobago. We really will want to see young people blossom and grow in agriculture. Agriculture, to me, it's hard work, but it's big business. Everyone must eat. With that said, stay in agriculture. I would have mentioned here some time ago about a packing house that we were going to be putting or installing down at the old juicy factory at Shaw Park. There were a lot of challenges as it relates to the procurement of the various equipment and other things that are necessary for the operation of a packing house. we would have gone through to ensure that we organize letters of credit to the various institutions that are going to produce these equipment. And it is expected that we should have this equipment coming into Tobago within 75 to 90 days. This means that the packing house will not come on stream, or we are expecting that the packing house will come on stream somewhere in the second quarter of 2015. It's not an easy task because you have those conveyor belts and other equipment that are to be custom made then. So with that, and the people who are doing this, who are going to be involved in the manufacturing of these equipment, are not going to be good boys and girls and send those equipment down for us and then we pay later. A proper form of credit would have to be established so that they can be comfortable, and by extension, the Tobago House of Assembly or the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and Environment will be comfortable that the process is well sorted out. We would have established the letter of credit with First Citizen Bank, and they will be ensuring that the monies that we spend are well taken care of. The packing house will serve to the farmers in a positive way. The packing house will encourage certain areas of efficiency coming from the farmers. In that, the packing of the various commodities will be done to international standards. And with that, we can see exporting of various goods would be acceptable because of the phytosanitary actions that are going to be taken coming out of the packing house. It will also serve, the packing house will also serve to extend the shelf life of products. That packing house will be what we'll consider cold chain, and the various commodities will be refrigerated and kept in a way that it can be used, or it can have a longer shelf life. Some of the produce that we expect to be packaged in that packing house will be cabbage, lettuce, tomatoes, ground provision, sweet peppers, seasonings, peppers, etc. I must reiterate the point that we have to keep the standards, keep within international standards, so that we can have a very good chance of being involved in the export market. The packing house would also serve to have the produce packaged properly packaged. So our retailers can give our consumers a very good chance of having a product that is recognizable. So with that said, our quest to improve the agricultural sector in Tobago is something that we will not take to chance. We'll pursue and we'll go relentlessly to ensure that food security is achieved in Tobago.
With respect to the quarry, I know you said another plant will be operational soon. Have you at all, or Mr. Melville met with workers up at the quarry to address their concerns and to ensure that materials are given to them?
Yes, we have, and as recent as last Thursday, there was another meeting with all the heads and management body of the quarry, and we're, like I said, we're putting some structures in place that we hope will be able to alleviate the stresses of the quarry. In regards to the plant, I couldn't give you a date immediately. We have to source the parts necessary, and that has already been done. So it's the period between getting it here, having it assembled, and so then we'll be able to give you an accurate date. But yes, we have met and we are continuing to meet until this situation is completely resolved.
What kind of money is the assembly losing per day, per week, per fortnight, or per month, however you all calculate it, as a result of the situation at that quarry?
We're aware that the situation at the quarry is a little disheartening, and all the measures are being put in place to make sure that we come out of the shadows there in a little while. The passion that the Secretary has, the Exec Council, and myself, even the Administrator of the division, that we're working with immediately is to ensure that in the very near future, we would not incur the kind of loss that we probably would be suffering now.
With respect to the packing house, is it that farmers will now have to pay to use this facility?
A small fee will be extended in that area, because what we want to see happening in the long run is that farmers have themselves into cooperatives so that they can work together to achieve the desired goal in the field of agriculture.
I've received some reports from the past on the ground that when it comes to World Food Day, there seems to be some activity where people go and buy goods from Trinidad and come up to be a part of the show. And in some instances, the produce that we see displayed outside, I assume, of livestock, which is very interesting when you described that you'll be going to the farms to do your judging. There have also been reports on the ground that quite a large percentage of the produce is imported. And when I say imported, I'm talking about importation that we go to the market and buy from St. Vincent and some of those other countries.
Contrary to how some people feel about agriculture in Tobago, a lot is being produced in agriculture, in the agricultural sector. People will be surprised to know the amount of yam that they are being produced. I am of the opinion, I'm pretty sure that there are more than 25 yam planters in Tobago. People who plant yam, specifically yam. And there are also people who plant potatoes in great quantities. Now, we do have the problem with the agouti and the other pests. However, there are still a lot of food that is being produced by Tobagonians, Tobago farmers, cassava, plantain, banana. Now, there are much more that could be done, and that is what I am trying to do, step up the game a little more, so that we can safely say that all or almost all the food that are consumed in Tobago are Tobago grown. It was brought to my attention that this situation had happened. However, with checks from my officers on the issue, they could not have pinpointed anything specific where that was concerned. I am going to, it will be heartrending to me to know that as this World Food Day organized in Tobago, is being invaded by produce from other parts of the Caribbean.
Thank you for tuning in to another Tobago House of Assembly's Post-Executive Council media briefing for the week ending October 11th, 2014.